Number 10. Ocean Giants. In 2017, footage was recorded that showed that a diver was in control of a remotely operated vehicle when he discovered one of the greatest mysteries of the ocean ever. At the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea, sitting over 2,500 feet below sea level, he found the skeleton of an unidentified beast estimated at over 100 feet in length. The giant skeleton seems to be the remains of a mythical sea serpent. Not a single scientist has been able to identify the preposterously large skeleton, with most admitting it's nothing like anything that's ever been found before. The skeleton was spotted in the middle of a vast undersea community of tiny animals like crabs and shellfish. The man operating the underwater vehicle filmed what looked to be a spinal column lying in the muck at the bottom of the sea. The column is attached to some larger bones, but it's impossible to tell what they look like because it's so murky down there. The diver tried to use the claw mechanism on the craft to lift up one of the bones, but it crumbled to dust the moment it was touched by the metal. The problem now is that the skeleton can't be transported to the surface because it will literally disintegrate. There's no way to properly document it, to know how long the skeleton has been down there, or to find out just what kind of mysterious beast it once belonged to. Some speculate that it is the skeleton of a sea serpent, or perhaps a dinosaur from millions of years ago. That seems far-fetched, but no scientific explanation has solved this mystery so far. Number 9. The Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is without a doubt the most mysterious place in the ocean. At least, that is when it comes to missing vehicles and unidentified flying objects. According to legend, supernatural phenomena have been occurring here for centuries. There are stories of cancer patients being resurrected in the waters of the Bermuda Triangle, of strange underwater pyramids, and of ships and airplanes vanishing into thin air. But how much truth is there to the legend? Yes, over 50 ships and at least 20 aircraft have disappeared from the Bermuda Triangle. However, nobody has actually been resurrected. One of the most famous cases of mysterious vanishing was in December of 1945, when the US Navy's Flight 19 group, composed of 5 torpedo bombers, disappeared without a trace while passing through this area of the ocean. The weather got too bad, the plane pilots got disoriented, and the planes lost contact with the command center. The airplanes went down somewhere east of Florida. The military dispatched rescue, but even to this day, the wreckage has never been confirmed as found. Number 8. Cape Cod Sea Serpent. Something terrifying was recently spotted off the coast of Cape Cod, a potential sea serpent almost 1,000 feet long. People are always speculating about giant sea monsters living in our oceans, but it's rare to ever actually find one. The photograph of the sea monster was taken by an aerial photographer named Wayne Davis. He was flying over the Atlantic Ocean near the Nauset Beach dunes when he saw the shadow of the beast and snapped a few quick pics of it. He had never seen anything like it in his life, though he did admit it kind of reminded him of a Chinese dragon. It was extraordinarily long. It seemed to have a tail much longer than its body, and it moved through the ocean like a snake. The big problem now is trying to figure out what the creature really was. Could it have been a truly gigantic sea beast that scientists don't know about? Or on the other hand, was it simply a shadow on the water that looked like a sea monster? Skeptics say one thing, true believers say something else, and the truth is hard to pin down. Number 7. The Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench is the deepest place in the world. It's located just off the coast of Guam, known to be one of the most unique environments on the planet. It goes down to a depth of over 36,000 feet, hosting some very bizarre sea creatures at the very bottom. The creatures who live at the bottom of the trench have adapted to living at pressures over 1,000 times more than what we experience on land. There are mud volcanoes, vents that spit out liquid sulfur, and who knows what else. It's true that in 2012, James Cameron descended to the bottom, or at least near the bottom, at 35,756 feet. However, he was only down there in a submarine for a handful of minutes. The Mariana Trench is over 5 times longer than the Grand Canyon. So, as you can imagine, a few minutes at the bottom in one single spot with only one dim light of the submarine to locate sea creatures Well, they didn't really discover much. The truth is that nobody really knows what's at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Sure, they found some translucent sea cucumbers, kelp small organisms, and shrimp scavengers, but the true beasts of the trench have yet to be identified. What do you think lies at the bottom of the Mariana Trench? Tell me your ideas in the comments below. Then remember to subscribe if you haven't already for more amazing videos just like this one. Number 6. The ocean floor. The ocean floor itself is almost as mysterious as the Mariana Trench and is itself almost entirely unexplored. According to the United States National Ocean Service, humans have explored less than 20% of our ocean. That means that we have over 80% of the surface totally unknown to us. That's about half of the Earth's surface that we know next to nothing about directly. Considering how many wild and unbelievable things we've already found, just try to imagine what's hiding out in these uncharted places on the sea floor. We actually know more about the surface of the moon than we know about the floor of the ocean. Recently, scientists have begun using hydrographic surveys to map the ocean floor. Still, even with the most impressive modern technology, the coastal waters of the US have only been 35% mapped. That means there is a whole world of sunken ships, sea monsters, and geological features that we know nothing about, less than a mile from the American shoreline. If you want to explore the unknown, the ocean is a great place to start. What kind of mysteries do you think are still hiding on the floor of the ocean? Are there new species there that we've never discovered? Perhaps there are treasures that remain out there, waiting to be found someday. Number 5. The underwater city of Japan. Off the coast of Ryukyu Islands in Japan, one of the most mysterious things in the ocean has been captivating divers, geologists, scientists, and alien conspiracy theorists since it was discovered in 1987. The mystery revolves around a pyramid-like formation known as the Yonaguni Monument. It was uncovered by a diver 75 feet beneath the surface of the ocean. The pyramid is roughly 150 feet long and 60 feet wide, with most estimates placing it at least 10,000 years old. Nobody knows who built it. The Japanese government won't even admit that it's a man-made formation, and some scientists have gone so far as to denounce the discovery altogether as conspiracy nonsense. But anyone who's actually dove down to look at the pyramid knows it's no joke. It clearly has steps that were carved out of massive blocks of stone. Some divers even claim to have found the ruins of what might be an ancient city. No matter which way you look at it, there is something mystifying going on off the coast of Japan, and no mainstream scientists want anything to do with it. The best guess is that the pyramid was left behind by an ancient culture, while some more harebrained theories claim it could be the ruins of Atlantis. Number 4. New sea animal. Paleontologists in Canada have discovered a new species of sea creature that look like a football. The discovery goes to show just how mysterious life in our ocean is, and has been for the past 500 million years. This new species has been dated back 500 million years to the Cambrian period. It was identified in a piece of shale in the Kootenay National Park, up in the Canadian Rocky Mountains. But the real mystery isn't the fact that the sea fossil was found high up in the mountains, but that it was a literal giant for the time it was alive. According to Jean-Menard Caron, curator of invertebrate paleontology at the Royal Ontario Museum, the size of the creature is mind-boggling. It's one of the largest animals ever discovered from the Cambrian period. To give you a bit of a comparison, most sea creatures back then were roughly the size of your pinky finger. The football monster was almost 2 feet long, with a hard protective shell and a mouth filled with teeth. Oh, and don't forget the 2 spiky claws. It was a giant, over 10 times larger than just about every other creature. Paleontologists have no idea why the creature grew to such titanic sizes. They've since named it the Titanosaurus, and they say it's a type of ancient arthropod. But just how it came to be so big will probably remain a mystery. Number 3. The Mega Shark. Some people believe there is an ancient mega shark lurking in the deepest parts of the world's oceans, and it might be a leftover megalodon from millions of years ago. It's one of the most intriguing ocean mysteries of our time. The issue is that scientists say the megalodon has been extinct for at least 3 million years. So the question becomes, could a predator more than 50 feet long still be lurking in our oceans without us knowing about it? Scientists say the answer is maybe. We know that very little of the ocean has ever been explored, but still, scientists say it's unlikely for a beast of that magnitude to go unnoticed by all the scientists on the planet. That being said, there are some strange discoveries that have suggested a megashark could still be alive. In 1875, the HMS Challenger picked up a huge set of 4-inch teeth from a depth of 14,000 feet off the coast of Tahiti. Then, in 1959, those teeth were estimated at only 11,300 years old. This would mean the megalodon didn't actually go extinct when scientists thought so. But unfortunately, nobody has actually seen a megashark in modern times, nor has a dead megashark body ever washed up on shore or been pulled up from the deep in a fisherman's net. Number 2. The Immortal Jellyfish. There are immortal jellyfish swimming in our oceans. As crazy as that sounds, it's absolutely true. The jellyfish has a kind of Benjamin Button syndrome, where it manages to age in reverse so that it never dies. The mystery of the immortal jellyfish, if ever solved, could one day not only eradicate cancer, but maybe even keep humans living longer than ever imagined. Here's what scientists know so far about the immortal jellyfish. It's only the size of a pinky fingernail. It was discovered in the Mediterranean Sea back in the 1880s, and scientists only figured out its uncanny ability about 20 years ago. The jellyfish has a pretty boring life, for as long as it goes on. It cheats death by transforming its cells to a previous younger state. According to Maria Miglietta, a researcher from the Pennsylvania State University, it transforms its cells whenever threatened by starvation, physical harm, or some other kind of crisis. When it feels death is close, it literally changes its cellular structure so that it becomes younger. It reverts back to its original stage in jellyfish life, then grows old again. In this way, the jellyfish can, theoretically, grow old, turn back into a young creature, and grow old again, forever and ever. As for why humans don't do that, well, we just aren't sure. Maybe someday we'll be able to do just that. Number 1. The creature with 8 jaws. Scientists have found a monstrous creature with 8 jaws that they've dubbed an evolutionary wonder. It's called the Ophiogura, a creature that looks kind of like a starfish, but has too many mouths and too many hooks on its arms. If you've ever wondered how real Cthulhu is, just look at this thing. It's a very real monster, but its presence in the ocean is also something of a mystery. Scientists say its closest living relative is from the Jurassic period, back 180 million years before today. It's a totally new species, never before identified, and scientists have no clue as to how it's managed to live so long. They don't even know how many of them exist. Plus, they're an anomaly. This 8-jawed critter hasn't evolved even a little bit in millions of years, which is pretty much unheard of for sea creatures. What's your favorite part of our mysterious oceans? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit subscribe for even more great content.